British Prime Minister Boris Johnson giving this blunt assessment. There may never be a vaccine for COVID-19. Johnson wrote in the Mail on Sunday newspaper, there remains a very long way to go, and I must be frank that a vaccine might not come to fruition. In his article, Johnson said the world needs to adapt to living with the coronavirus and find new ways to control the virus through testing people who have symptoms and tracing contacts of those infected. Italy's prime minister struck a similar tone this weekend, telling his citizens they cannot put their hopes of a big economic reopening on a vaccine. A COVID-19 vaccine is seen as the best route back to normal life, but health experts have estimated we could be months, if not years away from getting a vaccine, despite a huge global effort to develop one. On Monday, the Italian government will unwind some coronavirus restrictions. Shops, restaurants and bars are due to reopen, and church services can resume.
Stiamo affrontando un rischio calcolato.
The Prime Minister said we are facing a calculated risk that the epidemiological curve could go back up. We have to accept it because otherwise we will never get started again.
Potrà tornare a salire.
The comments come as some countries take their first steps toward post-pandemic normalcy. Churches across Greece opened their doors to worshippers on Sunday after 2 months of living in lockdown. People in Thailand once again flocked to shopping malls, which were closed in March, and Turkey's seniors were allowed to leave their homes. People above 65 can be outside for 6 hours on Sundays, but their lockdown continues on other days. In Spain, the daily death toll dropped below 100 for the first time in 2 months. But the country's 2 largest cities are still shut down because they are the hardest hit, leading to daily protests in some of the capital's wealthiest neighborhoods. For his part, Johnson says he accepts public frustration after dozens of anti-lockdown protesters were arrested in London.
I'm being arrested because I questioned the police and I wouldn't go home.
Johnson wrote, I know this will not be easy. The first baby steps never are. Even though the Prime Minister has speculated a vaccine may not be developed at all, the UK has pledged millions to British researchers working on a potential vaccine.
This new money will help mass produce the Oxford vaccine so that if current trials are successful, we have dosages to start vaccinating the UK population straight away.
The government says work is underway to make 30 million doses available for the UK by September. For City News, I'm Caryn Ceolin.